What's up, Ibu and Valen? I'm here in my living room and I'm about to shoot a video for you just to go over what we learned last week and what we're going to be learning these upcoming weeks. So, let's cover what we learned last week. The first thing is locking your leg and getting into a sit drop. So I'm going to give you a great way to practice the sit drop, and then a great way to lock up the leg and then get into the sit drop, but then also how to turn the sit drop into a series of moves that you can just freestyle endlessly. Okay, let's do it. Have your legs nice and wide apart. I'm going to start with the front position. Step forward, okay? I'm going to step forward, and all this stepping forward is doing, really, is it's giving you the space under here so that you can move more smoothly underneath there. Okay, so we're stepping forward, and then without the locked leg, let's not lock our leg right now. Let's just bend it and move it behind, okay? And then sit, okay? The more you can do this at like a straight vertical, at a straight angle, like 45 degrees, I think the cleaner it looks. Granted, that's just a basic move, so please get creative. So check this out. We're going here. This is a very easy move to do on both sides of the body. So we're here. We're gonna move over here. We're gonna sit down. When we sit down, we just kind of sit on the side of our butt, and notice that I actually rotate. I end up facing this direction when in the beginning I was facing this direction. So if we're going over here, right? Step forward, go here, boom, easy. Okay, next. Is a way to train the sit drop on the ground. It's essentially the same thing. Another concept that we're going to be working on in the future, next term, is called threads, and I'm going to introduce you to this sit thread. It's a type of thread. We don't have to get into details because we're doing a million different concepts at once, and we're just kind of picking certain things out as we go. We're sort of just highlighting certain concepts as we go and we progress. Okay, so this is a great way to train the sit drop because it's essentially the same movement except you're just on the floor. Pick your body up, okay? Take this leg and put it behind, and what you'll be doing is you're gonna be like on the side of your butt here, and you can just stay on the side of your butt and then end up here. If I can do it all the way around, it's going to be 90-degree turns each and every time. So I'm going to pick this leg up, I'm going to stick it through that leg, and I'm going to end up here. Pick it up, stick it through, I'm here. Pick it up, stick it through, I'm here. You don't have to pay attention to what angles you turn at, although it could only work in your advantage, okay? Because it makes you mindful of where you are in the room, okay? So I'm going to also show you the other direction just to represent how easy it is to actually do it both ways. It's a very basic move. Hand plant is the biggest deal here. You got a hand plant and you're gonna bring it through, okay? Once you bring it through, you can kind of roll back onto your butt as your leg comes over. See how I just roll back onto my butt? So I'm planting this hand, right? I'm putting it under, and I'm rolling, okay? All right, you can also do this side to side if you choose. It's more of a sliding motion and a roll at the same time. So how you're gonna slide is you're gonna slide your foot through, right? And you're gonna kind of grip with this foot. You're gonna give it a nice little bit of a grip, and you're gonna push and slide. Right? See, I'm pushing and I'm sliding, and I end up here. I'm gonna do it the other way. Get some air. Boom. guarantee you'll have this by next class if you practice every day. And I think you'll have it with ease. I think you'll actually be able to do it well by next class if you practice it every day. Again, 20 to 50 times a day. I know 50 sounds like a lot, but when you're just doing it like this, 1, 2, 3, you see how fast it can go. Next thing you know, you have 50. Okay. How we're gonna learn to lock our leg up while we do this is you actually have to gain some air. And air, I mean just stand on your feet. So you're here, right? I'm gonna choose to lock this leg up. So if this leg is locked, that means this knee needs to bend a little bit more, okay? Because we're giving this leg less freedom, we have to give this leg more responsibility, okay? To take on the lost freedom from over here. So and essentially, in a way, we're actually transferring the privilege of this leg and giving all the privilege over to this leg, okay? So this leg has no privilege, this leg has a ton. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're gonna I think the most obvious way to do this is to just circle it back behind you. So bring your hands right by the privileged leg, right? You're here, bring it around, right? Straight and around, boom. And then just while keeping it locked up, just kind of fall to your butt, and in time, you'll be able to just move into it nice and smooth, right? So eventually, you'll be able to just go from here, right? Right? Okay, so that's the side I'm actually not used to. So I'll show you the side I'm actually used to, because you need to do it on this side in order to get flares. And that's one of the biggest reasons we're learning how to lock up our legs, and we're studying how to lock up our legs nice and straight, is because in power moves, there's not really much of an option. You have to keep your legs straight. So it's good for us to train our minds to collaborate with our legs early on in every aspect of our movement, so that when it comes time to learn, because one of the number one things that is an issue when it comes to learning how to do a windmill or learning how to do flares is most people's biggest obstacle is being able to keep their legs straight. And so by training in this way, it's not so difficult for your body to understand what your mind wants it to do, right? Or it's not so difficult for your body to remember what your mind told your body to do, 3 seconds before you jumped into whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so we're gonna show you the locked leg, this locked leg. Much easier actually for me. And all this looks like is I'm really spread out, and you can finesse how widespread you become through your dancing. Through your top rock, you can actually position yourself into this position, provided enough practice around actual dancing versus this breaking, which is kind of a combo of dancing and martial arts and gymnastics and stuff. Okay, so we're here. All right, lock this leg up. Put your hand down flat here. Right, you can see, and block the leg with my arm. Put it down here, right? Pretty much in the middle, doesn't really matter. Give this leg more privilege or more freedom. And straighten this leg. And straighten this leg, bring it all the way behind you, right? And normally for the flare, you'd kick it up and this leg would go flying up. But instead we're actually gonna kick this leg around and we're gonna sit down. Boom. Okay? Nice. All right. Stage 2, how to navigate, or like a sailor or a captain of a ship, or how to kind of flow in and out of your sit drops. And that's why I like sit drops so much, because they have a lot of flow in them. It's actually very easy. It's a very natural thing to do, to just you ever find yourself hanging out with your friends on the floor and you want to scoot over there. Sometimes you're like this, but it's actually much easier to just push it like that. So what we're gonna do here, and I'll do it in slow motion, is start with the sit drop, right? And I'll lock up my leg as much as I can. And I'll switch the locks. So sometimes I'll lock this leg, other times I'll lock this leg. So I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna come down, both legs are here, but then as soon as I start to whip into it, I'm gonna lock this leg up. So ready? I whip into it, the leg is locked, right? I sit here, and then from here, I can come and sit here. This leg remains locked, right? Maybe I give myself some space and I jump over, sit, right? Come here. I can maybe do a rotation, bring this knee in because it's not locked, right? End up in that sitting position, right? And just keep on moving, keep on flowing. Here's another example without anything locked, because now you're kind of mentally locked into just this doing a ton of sit drops or sit positions. So, new idea, light bulb. Let's lock our mind into one type of style. So locking our mind into this one style, right here, step forward, boom, boom, right? I can I dropped this way last time, so maybe I stand back up. But before I even get all the way up, I'm already coming down, right? Maybe I go to sit down, and I've noticed, oh wait, I can actually turn over and roll over onto my stomach instead of having to constantly do this. So I come here, bring this over, roll onto my stomach, boom, right? Then I can come over here. Maybe I can sit drop this way, sit drop this way, sit drop this way. You see how it actually, you start to just like all of a sudden understand a lot of, it's gonna make, I'm actually kind of impressed. I'm actually kind of impressed right now with what I've just, I think, learned myself. I think sit drops are an awesome way to just keep on going. And so maybe just keep on practicing your sit drops and just like your sitting threads. Let's call them sit threads. I'm not really sure if they even have a name. So you're here. We'll call these the sit threads. All I'm doing is I'm pushing here, catching myself over here, bringing these two things here. Cool. You see that? So here. Okay. All right. So that concludes today's class lesson or our class notes. I will see you in 2 weeks.